The term military analyst is not a legally protected term. It's not like doctor. It's more like economist. You know, any asshole can start calling themselves one and fart out a vaguely plausible opinion on the current situation.
I was in the front yard of the Southern Command. I was thinking about when I was working on the irrigation system, and some young boys, they live in the neighborhood, are walking by. Like, hey, mister, friendly boys, high school age kids. And what's up? I say, you having a good day? I'm like, I'm having a great day. You kids looking for work? They're like, oh, no. And then the smart kid says, well, how much you paying? I'm like, there's my guy. There's the one. He's the one. That's the one who's going to make $1 million. But that was 2 weeks ago. But I'm sitting there like, oh, those kids and hustling. And I'm like, oh, and one of you sent me a request. Like, what would Brian sent me a request. What would you do if you didn't have to do this? I'm not kidding. The quotes I got, maybe I would just go be irrigation. Something that doesn't require going to school. You don't have to go to school to be a irrigation landscaper guy. And man, you cut out the middleman. That's how I got on this observation. You cut out the middleman. You can be at minimum $50 an hour. Take home. Again, assuming you're not an alcoholic sister fucking fuck like all the contractors are in America. And then I don't know why it's always there in front of you. So until you turn around, you look at it from a different angle. If these boys just sat down, pooled with limited resources they had together, committed to on time, on target, not sister fucking standards that most contractors in America have, they could work. And I realized ancillarily, I am very fortunate because if I ever needed extra money, I didn't think about it until I sat and thought about it. I need a truck, right? Let's say I needed a truck. All I have to do is go write another book, right? Or if I wanted to, I could go on a video spree. I could sit down, come up with some really good topics, organize them, come up with a higher quality than average. I could tell the GF, fuck off. We're not going to dinner. I'm going to be in my office for a long time. But I just could turn on the switch. Many thanks to you guys. And just go write another book. If I wanted to, I could go buy the tools and the equipment. Southern Command guy. That's the sad thing. If he ever sells a place, I sure hope I could keep the tools he bought me. He's not going to use them. He's a white collar guy. He'll never do. I don't need that. Like, okay, I'll take it. I guess I'll have to haul him back up to the Northern Command. I'll have 2 sets of tools. Never thought about that. But if I wanted to, I could go out, whatever, handyman. I could go out, probably get an EA, like ParkerFranklinEA.com. I can just go get work, right? I could just do it. Now, admittedly, that's self-employment, but then it dawned on me, that is a blessing unto itself to just be able to go and work. And hang on, another thing. There, I got it. Because this is new. And I thought, how much time did I waste trying to get permission from employers to work? And then I'm like, oh my God, that's what it is. See, everyone focuses on labor. No one asks, how much time do we piss away begging and pleading to get permission to labor? And if you look at all the time that we waste trying to get jobs, where you are going to spend, at the end of the day, the conclusion is you will spend more time trying to get permission to work from traditional employers than you would if you just go out and strike out on your own. I've always talked about, you want to become self-employed so you don't have to submit yourself to employers. You want to pay yourself the most amount of money, the bullshit of going to school and all that. But if you think about it, the amount of labor you spend trying to get permission to work, you are wasting way more time on that than if you just did the fucking work. You got to go through education, right? K through college, bachelor's required, master's preferred. You got to get training, then a CPA, then you're underpaid for what? At least 5 years. Because you guys aren't good, you corporals aren't going to pay a living wage. Why are people buying houses? Why aren't they having kids? Get Professor Galloway and Professor Fuckwit. Men got to work harder for no reason. There's absolutely there's no employment stability, none. You all out, so you guys can't wait. You're talking about outsourcing everything to AI. Oh my God. Foreigners, have you heard of them? They do like a shit job, 1/8 the capacity of Americans for 1/10 the cost. And then it costs us everything else in the long run. So, I mean, you don't get your job stability. Then you got to deal with the corporate politics of keeping this fucking job. And I did know this all at the end of the day, right? Take Ryan Steven, my friend and colleague, the younger brother I wish I had. You can find him at Homestead Consultant. Every single second he spends working on his homestead is his. He owns 100% of his labor. Now, I get free lodging here, so I guess that's barter. I guess that's 100%. But when I work on the Northern Command, let's say I install some shelving, that is 100% of my labor going directly to me. The nanosecond you work for someone else to get paid money so that you pay someone else to do it for you, you have to pay 40% of your money to taxes. Now, some of that you get back in the form of roads and this and that. 2/3 of it is wasted on the welfare state, giving it to people who don't want to work. You're a slave. I think it's 25% of your money. You were a slave. 25% of your working hours, you're working for someone else. But then you factor in K through college, all the time you waste in school, all the money you waste in school, commuting, training, CPE, and then the intangible, like you can't measure units of time. It's not units of time. It's not dollars spent on tuition or gas or parking, whatever it is to go get you training. Just the mental price you pay, having to go and sit through HR, all these interviews, all the sum total searching costs to get permission to keep 60% of your money at the end of the day. That is so costly. It's prohibitive, I'm arguing. And I already kind of knew you all want to go and become secular Amish, right? But now even more so, because think about that. Everyone focuses on labor. What are wages? How do we increase wages? What does it cause inflation, right? They take this realistic, I mean, it's a true view of labor and labor economics. I'm not discounting that. But holy shit, do you think about how much time we waste just to get the fucking permission to work and to keep 60% of our money, because we got to keep the liberal white women happy, right? You girls can't like fucking actually use your own money or actually do anything productive and say you need to take our money to give it to people who hate us. By the time you're done, college, there it is. Just college alone. Now, I'm not talking master's, just a bachelor's degree. You do know you could build your own damn house by the time you're done going to college. Now, it may not be the greatest house, but modern day sister fucking contractors of America don't do much of a better job either. But if you looked at all the labor you spend getting permission to keep 60% of your income and then be fired at any moment in time because Ahmed offered hit overseas at 20%, it's a complete waste. It's a complete waste. I already said white collar work is dead. Oh my God, they hired a Nepo baby, put her in charge of Xbox. Let them have it. Oh my God, Goldman Sachs admitted they had DEI hires the entire time. Let them have it. You guys work. You guys pay the taxes. You commute. You do the KPI reports. You do not have the time to go and get qualified to get your fucking permission slip to go search for a job. It's absurd. It's insulting. I would say it's a violation of your human rights at this stage. Go to school until you're a quarter century old, be in debt. No, we're not going to pay you a living wage. And by the way, your job could go away at any time. Fuck you. And that's where those young boys, I don't know, they're 16, 17, look like they could drive. I'm like, if they just skip college, they drop out of high school right now and they just start working, whatever it is, landscaping or mechanics, whatever, some kind of trade, and they work for themselves, they're going to save so much time, not only on the upfront, but for the entire rest of their lives, because they're never going to search for labor. Never. Right? I could just go now I got to work. I got to write a book. But if I wanted to make more money, I have plenty more book ideas. And thankfully, I'm very blessed having a large enough audience that if I were to write a book, it would generate a couple tens of thousands of dollars. I don't need permission, right? Heck, that was back in the day when I was trying to write my, just so you know, I'm way better of an economist than you think. Behind the Housing Crash was written before the housing market crashed, right? It was published the day Lehman Brothers went bankrupt. I don't know if I told you guys this. I spent 6 months trying to get my book traditionally published. It would have been published 6 months before, but I wasted all my time trying to get Simon and Dick Fuck and Penguin Quantaholickers and all you other New York Nippo baby cronyistic fucks. Thankfully, are now kind of all going out of business and consolidating. Oh, it's too bad. Maybe you could give your cousin another book deal. I wasted all my time sending out manuscripts. Oh, you got to get an agent. Oh, we can't take that. Oh, New York pussies. Now, God bless Amazon, I just publish it. I wasted more time trying to publish that book or getting it published than I did writing the damn thing. And if you guys can realize it's a losing proposition to go get permission to work rather than just like, fuck you. Fuck you. I'm getting a self-employed skill, whether that's tax prep, trades, irrigation, mechanic, whatever. It is a losing proposition to do it the right way and white collar. Oh, you got to get permission. Got to put in your dues. Fuck all of you. You fucking boomer cocksucking fucks. It was just a big, long slave racket. That's all it was. Now you got the internet. And just like girls can't hoodwink guys anymore about the true nature of marriage, dating, sex, and all that other crap, you employers can't hoodwink anyone either. You got Josh Fluke. Now, was it Had or Reen? Both of you, maybe you told me about pay to work. Like that's not happening. I remember having unpaid internship one time. That's not happening. Corporate assholes trying to lie to me and like, oh, you gotta put in your no, you don't. This fucking outfit. I remember. I know where you are, buddy. I know where you are. Well, I know you went to school as asshole. You went to school, but you gotta put in your due. No, fuck you. Fucking bust my ass off since 5 years old. You go put in your dues. What the fuck was the past 17 years? And now that I realize it, all this stuff you are expected to do from 5 years old to 22, preferably 24 preferred, to sit in front of some HR Quantahaha's face and go through 7 rounds of interviews. Well, I can't afford that. You got a probation. We can't give you health insurance. Oh my God. Our salary is competitive if you live 16 hours away for a commute. Then you could afford the rent out there. No. And the hubris and the arrogance they all had, like, well, we're the ones with the job, so suck our dick. By the time you're done fucking around with that bullshit, you could have easily had your own little side business. And not side business, real full-time business going on. Because here's the other thing. All these college-educated white-collar fucks, I am aware that I'm wearing a white collar, and economists are white collar. They're pussies. They're lazy. They don't want to work. They don't want to do the hard. You can do it. You don't have to go to the gym, which is why I could, I do both. And it's so much easier. Just go do your own thing, man. Go do your own thing. Yeah, go into the military, get some skills, have them pay for it. Yeah, some food, clothing, and shelter. But honest to God, where I think the battlefront should be, this would require, okay, hang on. Good thing I'm sitting down. This is stupid what I'm recommending. I was about to recommend that young kids starting at 14 or 15 start looking at getting trades and skills. Because why do you have to wait until you're 18? Like, why can't you go become a plumber? Why can't you learn to fix small engines, right? You can start that at 14. But then I remembered we're in America and all you fathers are fucking ballless pussies. All of you are white collar little scared Minnesota dad fucks. With your wife coming in, assuming you're still married, because of course. She should go and major in lesbian dance therapy. Little Jimmy's now little Jilly. And you know what? He's just finding himself. It would actually take a real man, a real father come in. Hey, son, daughter, come here. We're going, hey, great guy. Hey, guys, great day. Kids be whatever, watching Saturday morning cartoons, which isn't a thing anymore. And they say, what's that, Dad? The alternator doesn't work. And they'll be like, yeah, so we get to fix it and have bonding time with Dad. Well, I'm going to teach you a skill. And then you go out and you teach your son and daughter how to replace an alternator. Starting at 13 or 14, teach them how to mow yards. Hey, you see how nobody's mowing yards? Because, hey, you know what? Have you noticed how all the kids at your school are fat fucks? Have you noticed how their parents are also fat fucks? Have you noticed how some of the moms have purple hair? Yeah, they're too lazy to go shovel a driveway. You know why that's great? Because little Grandma Tilly down there, who just got her big fat Social Security check, she don't have no one to shovel her driveway. I bet you pay $50 an hour for you to go shovel her driveway. And you know what? That's more than all your teachers make too. It's wide open. Wide fucking open. And I guarantee if we had fathers in America, which we don't, we have ballless fuck wonders. Just, I can't tell my wife, no, she might cut off the pussy. Oh, she might divorce me. I'm always afraid of my own shadow. I'm an American father. If you sat them down at 14, by the time they're 18, they're making $100,000. Heck, one of my friends, his daughter is very mature for her age, and they wanted to know about. I said, hey, yeah, I'll give you the passcode if you're interested. His daughter was interested in accounting. Me and Chad have this course out called The World's Greatest Accounting Career. You can look it up on Teachable. Now, it doesn't teach you accounting. It teaches you how to go and become an accountant through the different main paths in the accounting industry. A handful of these paths of which are no college required. All you got to do is self-study. I mean, it's not easy, but you do it. It's easier than being a sociology major and sucking dick at a truck stop to make the interest-only payment loans on your student loan balance. But it also lends itself very well to self-employment and remote employment. You don't need to wait till you're 18 to do that. You just needed that. And he did. He says, hey, what's the passcode to the world's greatest accounting career? I said, oh, yeah, have your daughter. Here's the code. He says, cool, we're going to watch it tonight. I said, but you're already a blue collar worker. Why are you watching? And he's like, oh, we're going to watch it as a family because they're family friends because we want to see you. Okay, the whole family's going to become accountants, including your 10-year-old boy, apparently. Yeah, world's greatest accounting career. Look it up. But that's what you mean. Look at ParkerFranklinEA.com. Parker Franklin, he did the thing. He got the enrolled agent certification. He went and worked over at H&R Block. I mean, you're going to have to put in your time somewhere, right? Now he's self-employed. Same thing with Chad Elkins, although he took a longer route to get there. But I don't even think Parker might just barely be 30. Red Hawk, he's not even 30. They said, fuck it. We're not going through that. We're not going to get your permission to work. Go fuck yourselves. And every young person in America should be saying that, right? I'm not going to get your permission to work. I'm just going to go and work. And you know why? Here's a huge reason why young people can just go and do it. You don't need permission to work because the current people, I don't know if you noticed this. Tell me if you noticed this. The current people doing the jobs do it for fucking shit. I am not kidding when I say the vast majority of con professionals, you could do a better job than them just watching YouTube. It's going to take you longer, but unlike them, You're doing it sober. You're doing it right the first time, and your dick isn't in your sister's mouth like all theirs are. You can replace them. Say mechanics, same thing. Now, of course, you're going to lift an engine. That's a little bit different. You need the gear and the equipment for it. But shit, just oil changes alone. What are we at, oil change industry? Like 1 in 3 are done right? Are you up to 1 and 2 where you remember to put the oil plug back in? You put the oil plug in, not with an impact wrench, so some future person can actually take it off and change the oil? Or maybe you just change the oil. So you're not competition. The big four outsourcing all this shit to AI in India. Good luck with that, by the way. The shit, even Chaz talked about CPAs who make mistakes. I'm like, how does a CPA make a mistake? And what? You want to go grovel? You want to go through the do you want to go through the world of white collar job applications where you're applying for fake job posting bullshit? The job isn't even real, and you gotta go talk to some HR bitch who fucking doesn't. He's got to hire her best friend. Do you want to go through middle school again, or do you want to be the guy like, oh, there's a leak in your house, and you're currently getting water damage because neither you nor your wife know where the fucking shutoff valve is. You don't even know such a thing exists. Yeah, I could come over there and fix that. It'll be $300 an hour. No, I didn't go to college. My dad taught me starting at 14 how to do plumbing. And then whatever. I sat for the test and went through the rigmarole. And now I'm a licensed plumber at 19. That right there, you should bypass this. It is a humiliation. They say dating is a humiliation ritual. You know what's a humiliation ritual? Getting permission to work from you motherfuckers in America. You scumbag fucking fuck you. Kiss the ring. Oh my God, I gotta get a bachelor. You think Gen X and millennials think of all the fucking hoops you had to jump through to have the honor and writing fucking thank you letters and cover. Go fuck yourselves. I said it before, but I didn't realize to what foundational economic love I was saying it. It is easier to become an influencer than it is to have a successful career in white collar work. It is. Now, and it's not easy to become an influencer. It's very difficult. There's a lot of luck, but it's easier and cheap. I mean, what's that? That's a $200 camera. We're talking $500 max in materials. That's $500. What's tuition? That's like 1 credit at an in-state college tuition. No, you should not be searching for permission to work. You should be able to turn on the spigot like I luckily do. And you should be able to get to this point way before I did. It wasn't until I was about, it's also I've had some form of self-employment always since, 23. But I've never been in this lucky position to be like I'm not a heart surgeon, but a heart surgeon like, yeah, I'll do an open heart. Ray, he just flips on the switch. There's demand for it. Accountant, CPA, right? I'll do some taxes. There's a switch for it, especially now. It's tax season. ParkerFranklinEA.com, ParkerFranklinEA.com. I have a nice audience who actually likes me and gives me shit and picks on me with $2 super chats looking at you, Dre. But if I write a book, you guys will probably read it. If you're interested in it, I just flip it on. I could just come here, yell at the internet, flip. I guarantee you what, this is luck. This is luck. But in the 52 comments I see here, I can't tell right now until I click on it. There's probably going to be some super chats. I just got to turn it on. Everybody should be at that level. Maybe not where you can yell at the internet, make super chats. But like, I need extra money. You know what? I'm going to go and pick up some extra work. I'm going to do some extra flyering. I'm going to take that extra contract. I'm going to increase the number of clients I take. I'm going to go bid on this. And you can because you don't have to ask for permission. I mean, you need to get permission from the client at the end of the day, of course. You do need permission from the client. Not like that lady who just started cleaning people's houses, breaking into them and leaving her calling card. I believe she was from California. Yeah. Find a way to avoid needing permission to work. somewhere in my philosophical mind, not the economic mind, there should be a right to work or the right to not need permission to work. But that requires other people. So it's not like you can oblige and now socialists think you can oblige other people because they don't believe in private property and everything is theirs. But you should try to avoid being in the situation where you need permission to work. You're going to waste so much fucking time on that. So link below, Bachelor Pad Economics, the Financial Advice Bible for men and women who are bold enough to read it. Please go get that book. It answers all the major and minor financial questions you're going to have in your life. Things like, what's a 401k? What's an IRA? How do I pay off debt? What's compound interest? How do I avoid being a liberal arts majoring gal with a master's degree and $200,000 student loan debt and avoid sucking dick at a truck stop? How do I not become a sister fucking contractor? What do you mean be on time? How do I avoid drugs? All those questions and more in Bachelor Pad Economics. And then I'll link to it below, but take a look, just Google search the world's greatest accounting career. If you're interested in accounting, don't take that course if you're not interested in accounting. If you think, maybe I would like accounting. There it is. It's on Teachable. Take a look at it. Here we are, 4 super chats. Look at it. Oxygen and kerosene, 2 British pounds. Economic inefficiency is undefeated. Yeah, it's a waste of time. Here's another thing. Not only CPE, but imagine all those, like, you got to come to the office party and the pizza party. You got to go to this conference. You got to, all that fucking waste. All that fucking waste. Chad don't do that. Chad does taxes and then he sleeps. That's it. That's all Chad does. He's the house cat. Hat and clogs, $2. Cappy, don't forget continuing education and fee. Oh, right. Yeah, I said that. Yep. Just this, and by the way, there's never been an instance where continuing education ever helped. It's as worthless as DEI. It doesn't help. It does nothing. It wastes resources. Nobody ever improved their job getting continuing education. Knock it the fuck off. But here's the thing. You're not going to get the current system because what are boomers and Xers going to do? Currently in this is, we need to CP. How else do oh my God, we need to do it. We got to put our pronouns in. We got to put this page up. Blah, blah, blah. You want to be, it's high school. It's worse. It's middle school. How about you just avoid it? Right? The king of the Goldman Sachs Tower, whatever building Goldman Sachs is headquartered in, I presume in New York. You know who the real king is of that entire building? It's the plumber or the electrical repair guy who replaces or repairs the elevators, right? That's the king. He comes in like, oh, you'd like this elevator to work, I see. Oh, okay. Well, Thaddeus McDicksuck III, that's going to cost you, well, we're in New York. You guys love voting for the Democrat Party. Madami's taking half my money. This is going to be $650 an hour. Oh, I see your Jaguar doesn't work again. And you got to prove to the other micro dicks that you have a slightly bigger micro dick than they do. All right. Oh, wait, you voted Democrat again and labor and cost and efficiency? Oh, well, that's going to be $700 an hour plus parts. They're the real kings. They're the ones that get to go home. They're the ones that have to deal with the bullshit. Hat clogs, $5. Oh, yeah, the blonde-haired, blue-eyed, right-handed people are pressing us brown-haired, brown-eyed, right-handed people. They always are. They always were. Preach, brother. Power, brother. Am I right? Yeah, right-handed. Eduardo Martinez, $5. Hey, Cappy, I've been watching all your videos as well as your new ones. Thank you for the wisdom. It's motivational. Are you a life coach? No, I'm not a life coach. That is not a thing. I am not a life coach. I'm not a power walker. I am merely an old pissed off Gen Xer that was lied to about literally everything in his life. And before he dies, he's going to point out all the lies of all the generations before and the current generations in power now so that you young people are not slaves to them and they can no longer be in power. That's basically it. I want you guys being like Parker Franklin or Red Hawk or Jack Napier, where before you're 30, you're self-employed, you got your shit together, and you're never talking to some HR Kuwanta. What's your favorite color and why? If you're an animal, what animal would you be? If you had some teeth, which teeth would I kick you in? That's violent. I do not advocate that. It's the same thing, right? Well, I can't be an animal. This is all in Minecraft, right? If I could be an animal, which one would I be? That's the same feasibility and likelihood. If you had a face, how hard could I kick you in it? That's just a philosophical, theoretical. It's not a real question. If you were in front of a subway, how quickly could I push you off of into the rails? Aaron Purdue, $5. To your people leaving Illinois, Caterpillar is wait for it, moving to is Caterpillar leaving Illinois? Oh, but all those professors and experts, they knew everything about leading society. I mean, why isn't it with all these experts with their PhDs? How come all their societies are falling apart? Chad Twizzler stroke, $5. Cabby, did your parents tell you to ignore the bully when they hit you? Yeah. Just ignore them, try to make friends. Yeah. And then I remember that the handful of times I would fight, I get in trouble. I remember getting grounded one time by my folks for like 2 months because I fought my brother. They essentially they want to defang you because they don't want to deal with it. Nobody wants problems in their lives. And they do not wish to be disturbed. What I should have done is fought even more, hunted down each individual, like, because rarely would they attack one. And if they did attack, if it was one-on-one, it was always somebody larger than me, which was practically everybody. But what I should have done is hunted them down one by one and maybe had some assistance for the bigger ones, because that's making things fair. And then if there was enough fights and problems, then I would have gotten into that was the beginning of maybe he's got problems. Oh my God. Now we talk to a therapist. The best, I'm not kidding. And this isn't whether you're getting bullied or not, you're small or not. The best thing for kids starting in about middle school who want to do something with their lives, right? Who are bored at school. You cannot not attend school. You need to attend school by law. You should try to get out of the school system, the physical school system, as quickly as possible and go to online learning and self-study. This is liberating you from a toxic environment. It is not liberating you from getting an education. You still have to do that. And you should want to do that. But there is no reason to be in a genuinely harmful, toxic environment like a school, physical school, even including college. It doesn't have to be violence. It just has to be Marxist leftist horseshit. There's no reason to be there. And you'll do yourself a world of favors and avoid a world of hurt. Just the bus ride alone. I mean, that's 2 hours a day. I guarantee you, by the time noon rolls around, you could be done with all your schoolwork, and then you could be going outside and playing video games, watching cartoons, or if you wish to be more industrious, mowing yards, making money. I'm 100% serious about this. This is again where you need fathers. A 14-year-old with the right father or mother involved could teach him or herself everything they need to know from 8 to noon, easy, to get a GED or pass the online school or whatever it is to get your high school diploma. That's easy. And have enough time in the afternoon to go work some kind of job so that by the time they're 18, they're probably sitting on around 50 grand, I'd say, and they got themselves a skill that earns them $50 an hour. It is possible. Now, if everyone did that, wages would go down because you'd have a bunch of kids. It'd be like the 80s. You could get a driveway shovel for $5 back then. Ask me how I know. But there are so few dads and so few industrious young kids who are brought up right to think that that's not going to happen. But for those of you like my friend, sit down and watch an accounting course with Cappy. Oh God, but the kids are great too. Good kids, nice kids. But they're out there. There's no reason you should let your kids wallow in school. mentally, physically, psychologically, professionally. No reason. School's for retards. School's for morons. School's for idiots. School is for babies to be babysat and babysitters to get overpaid. It is not for young men and women, boys and girls who have potential. You should get the fuck out of school as quickly as possible. Steph Cam, 10 generous dollars. My cousin started his cleaning business with the basics 8 years ago. Today he's a multimillionaire with 22 employees. Exactly. Show up on time. Do the job right. Don't steal shit. The way to make money isn't having some edgy technology or advanced thing. Right now, it's just punctuality and honoring your word. Same thing with you girls. If you girls want to find a guy, it's pretty fucking simple. Lose the weight, show up on time, be nice. That's it. We're not talking, oh, you got to have the latest hair and the latest this or that. And what's great, no one wants to do it. No one wants to work hard. No one wants to put in the work. None of you girls want to go to the gym. So it's wide open for the few people who are going to put in the work. Fuzzbrain, $5 per cappy. If I go self-employed, who's going to escalate my PTO request to my favorite Karen in HR? Could you imagine? That's another, you're right, man. You're right, Fuzzbrain. I don't think about, that's God almighty. I know we're talking about self-employment, but that's another thing. Fucking bankers. Wells Fargo, fuck you. I know no one there is still working there. A lot of them are already dead. Probably rotting in hell. We saw you came back 5 minutes late. Fuck off. I process more loans than your entire staff combined because you guys don't know how to use fucking Excel. Fuck right off. I like to get permission to go. I just leave. Right? My buddy, hey, I'm coming to town. Are you going to be around 24? Yeah, what do you want? Let's go up to Utah. Oh, shit. Yeah, fuck it. I can put everything aside. Let's go. Let me ask my boss. Hey. Yeah, well, you got to work here 10 years to get 3 weeks off. Shovel monkey. $2. Beware the fury of a patient man. What? Because it all builds up? Oh, I hate patience. That's another lie. We got to be patient. No, that's just be obedient. Be a slave. Wait for the other slow fucks to get their dick out of their own ass and then goof around and screw you over. No, patience is for pussies. All right, that's it. Link below, Bachelor Pad Economics, the Financial Advice Bible for Men, and also take a look at that course, The World's Greatest Accounting Career. I'll see you guys later. Toodles.